Yo, now I want to get your expert opinion about some of the things that have transpired over the last couple months in the sport. First of all, what did you make of Andy Ruiz's upset victory over Anthony Joshua?
It was a great upset, a great upset. Having the first Mexican American heavyweight champion in boxing history, obviously, it's great because he's Mexican, and that's something that gives a lot of people a lot to talk about, and it's a great move for the sport of boxing. Now people are looking forward to the rematch.
What's your outlook on the rematch?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't take anything from Andy Ruiz, and I know that from 100 people you asked, you think Andy Ruiz has a chance for the fight. Honestly, I didn't. I don't like to be a hypocrite. I tell you how it is. Going into that fight, based on the statistics, Andy Ruiz was a replacement. Because the previous opponent for Anthony Joshua ended up positive for PEDs. So bringing Andy Ruiz as a replacement, basically, 100% of the time he's just an opponent. So honestly, when I saw that fight in the making, I never gave Andy Ruiz a chance. I can tell you this right now. I see a lot of people, they say, "Oh, I knew he was gonna win," and I had a feeling he was gonna win. That's just honestly, to me, that's bullshit. Just because he won now, I'm very happy that he won. It's impressive to see Andy Ruiz, show his heart and determination to finish Anthony Joshua the way he did. Man, Andy Ruiz, after the fight, like, man, much respect for Andy Ruiz. But from the beginning, I never thought he was going to win. And now going into the rematch, I think in the rematch, Anthony Joshua would win because now he has to make adjustments. He has to go back to camp and make adjustments. And the reason why is this: in boxing, every fighter steps up to the level of opposition. And in my opinion, I think that night Anthony Joshua walked in against an Andy Ruiz thinking, man, this is an easy fight for me. So mentally, he wasn't ready for an Andy Ruiz that was hungry that night. And I know that coming into the rematch, Anthony Joshua is coming in with a different mentality. This kid is dangerous. He's a big threat. Now I have to prepare myself differently and come to the fight with a different mentality that this guy is very dangerous. That's how I see it. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction.
Wow, that's interesting. A lot of people are taking Ruiz in the rematch. How was he able to beat Joshua? He was quick on the inside, and obviously you feel that Joshua kind of overlooked him going into that fight.
Well, I think Anthony Joshua overlooked him. He really did. He went in there and Anthony Joshua dropped Andy Ruiz. And then that's when Anthony Joshua himself said, man, this guy is done. I already got him, and I'm going to finish him. And that's his worst mistake. He got in there, he got hit, and a couple of things that Andy Ruiz did that night, he landed some great shots on the right spot that didn't let Anthony Joshua recover through the remaining of the fight. So that's what happened. So hopefully, it's a great fight in the next one. I wish Andy Ruiz the best. Honestly, to me, if he wins, I'll be happy because he's a Mexican American fighter. But take nothing from Anthony Joshua as well. He's a smart fighter. He's a tall, very athletic fighter. But I don't see the rematch Andy Ruiz winning it, even though he has the confidence that he already went in there. Honestly, on the rematch, I think Andy Ruiz is gonna go in there, try to look for the same type of fight he went in the first time, and he's gonna run into problems.
Very interesting take. I appreciate that. I'll just end on this one. What did you make of Manny Pacquiao's performance over Keith Thurman, and who would you like to see Pacquiao fight next?
Manny Pacquiao is by far one of the best fighters in boxing history because I've always said it, I really don't watch boxing. I train fighters all day long. My job is to train fighters, world champions, and I would never travel to see a fight if it's not somebody that attracts me, a fan-friendly fighter, an all-action packed fighter, and Manny Pacquiao is one of them. I was there. I drove from California to Vegas specifically to watch Manny Pacquiao fight. Why? Because that man deserves all the honor, credit in the world. At 40 years old, he's still beating young, strong, bigger, and undefeated fighters. I mean, what can you say about that? Manny Pacquiao is going to be remembered as one of the best fighters in boxing history because he's very athletic, he's very brave. At 40 years old, stepping in the ring against a bigger, stronger, and younger fighter, I mean, you got to give the man a lot of credit.
So in other words, you can care less who he fights. You just want to see him fight.
Obviously, at this point of his career, at his age, there will be a fighter that eventually will come around and beat him. And there's some young bucks out there like Earl Spence. I think Earl Spence will beat him because stylistically, Earl Spence is a very smart fighter. His boxing ability is great, and I think Terrence Crawford would beat him as well. I mean, to me, Terrence Crawford is by far right now, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world.
Good deal. I appreciate your time, Joel.
Thank you. No problem.